Good morning, everyone. It's Shantae Collier, licensed Illinois real estate broker with Exit Strategy Realty, and thank you for joining me this morning for Let's Talk Sense. Today's topic will be about time blocking, taking control of your schedule. And I do apologize for being a little bit later than what I just originally posted. I had some computer issues. I have 2 laptops, 2 iPads, and a Surface Pro. And for whatever reason, the majority of my electronics did not want to cooperate today. But anywho, I am here actually on my iPad, which was for whatever reason giving me issues. It didn't want me to do a Facebook Live, but I don't know. I closed out of the app and restarted it, and here I am. And then as far as my laptops, I have a really bad habit. When I'm done doing whatever it is I'm doing on my laptop, I will close the top of it. I do not close out of programs because I like to be able to open it back up and just resume from where I am. So, my fault, I guess. But anyway, back to our topic, which is about time blocking. And it's something that's really important to me because time blocking actually helps me have a business life and then a personal life. And regardless of what your career is, whether you're self-employed or, you have that regular 9 to 5, time blocking is very, or whatever, it's really important because you end up being in a disarray. And it's a new year, so if you're not time blocking, this probably will be a great segment to help you organize your schedule, take back control of your schedule, and spend more time with your family or friends or whoever it is that you want to spend time with. Thanks to my managing broker, Nick Liebert at Exit Strategy Realty. My iPad was on Wi-Fi, and it actually has service through my cellular company, but I connect everything to Wi-Fi just so I won't have to use up all of my data, even though it's probably unlimited or whatever. But if you are joining me, this is a topic is time blocking and taking control of your schedule. So as I was saying before my iPad froze up, my managing broker, Nick Liebert, was the one who introduced our brokerage to time blocking and being able to basically take control of your schedule and make time for every element of your life that you need to do, whether it is, like I said, with personal or with business. One of the things that I tend to use, and this frequently, well, I won't say it frequently changes, but it sometimes periodically changes. So I have a time blocking calendar, and it's color coded. It's by day of the week, and some of the fields you'll see is grayed out because I am not working those days. So as you can see, it starts, I know it's backwards, but bear with me. It starts out with, and I can't even see that because it's so dark. Okay, so like 7 o'clock in the morning, it says kids school. So I know early in the morning I have to make sure that my kids are up and they're getting ready for school because my son is still in elementary school and he gets bused to school. So I have to make sure that he's up, and he is not a morning person. So I have to block time for all of that stuff. Also on here, there's time for me to get dressed. Yes, I break it down to every little element because if I don't, I may actually overdo something and not leave time for that. What else do I have on here? My teammate, Gus, who we meet every week on a Monday. We actually go to the local Starbucks, which is inside of a Target near us. So I have every little thing on there. I have when I need to do my admin duties, when I need to be in the office, when I need to be making phone calls, when I'm going out on client appointments. I mean, and of course, I may not have this scheduled, out, let's say 2 weeks out, but at least I know that I have allotted a certain amount of time to have client appointments, to make phone calls, to be in the office. I even have an off day, which I need to actually adhere to my time blocking schedule a little bit more because my off days, I actually set them to be Sunday and Monday. I should not be doing any work related things on Sunday and Monday. But sometimes I find myself on a Sunday or a Monday doing something because I probably didn't follow my time blocking calendar. No, it is not a Google Calendar. I actually created this in Excel. So it's actually a printout. It can be done in Google. I have it on my Google Calendar as well. So someone is asking if this is, I guess, printed from the Google Calendar. No, this was actually done in Excel. As you can see on the side, that's where I have like my time from 7 a.m. through 7:30. And the reason I have it to 7:30, I will make it known right now. I do not work until 7:30 p.m. So I'm not up from 7 to 7 just doing things. I actually cut my day off depending on what I'm doing. I like to, be home for my kids at a certain time. So I try to cut things off at a normal time. I do have one late day through the week where I will accommodate people that work the regular 9 to 5 jobs, and then they're trying to leave work and get, come and see me so we can go see homes or whatever, so I can do a seller's consultation or a buyer's consultation. But I just refuse to just work late every day of the week, because then I wouldn't have time for my family, hence the time blocking calendar. So the reason, like I said, the reason I wanted to talk about this is because not only has this been beneficial in my real estate career, it could have really been beneficial to me even prior to then, because there's times when when life just gets pre-consumed with so many other things, and I just never had time to do certain things, or was doing things when I should have been doing something else, because I'm like this one person and I'm trying to fit everything that I'm trying to do into my one little schedule. I do have to still go to sleep and wake up and get dressed and eat and, do family things and things like that. So like after a certain time of the day, my phone is actually on Do Not Disturb. So if you're calling me, or you're texting me, or you're whatever in me, I probably don't know, because the call will come through, but it won't alert me that you're calling. The text message will come through, it won't alert me that you're calling. So I will actually have to go into my phone. So that means I actually have to physically pick up my phone to see, oh, I have a missed call, or there's a text message there. More than likely, I'm not going to do it, because I'm usually in the family room with one or both of the kids. So I just don't know when people are sometimes calling after a certain time of the day. And if I don't cut my phone off, then I'm getting disturbed. And then they're looking at me like, especially if we're watching one of our favorite shows, they're looking at me, putting the show on pause or whatever, like, well, I'm waiting on you to get off the phone. So I try not to answer my phone. I try not to do certain things. And it's very important, it's like I said, especially if you have a family, to be able to take that time and just leave it for them and not have any disturbances. Don't be on your phone, don't be on your computer or your laptop or whatever the case may be. Use that time for what you say you were going to use it for, and you'll notice a world of difference. It'll be like a fulfillment, like, oh wow, I was actually able to spend time with whoever, whether you're doing a date night with your spouse or your significant other, or you're doing date nights with your kids. That's something I had promised myself that I would do over this past summer, that I would take my kids out during the month of July and we would do something. But unfortunately, my oldest, who will be 18 this year, she actually works a job. So it was a little difficult to be able to do it with both of them at the same time. But, we may have had like maybe onesie, twosies, maybe. But I was really busy over the summer. And at the time, I was not utilizing my time blocking calendar. But this year, 2018, will be totally different. I'm actually even considering changing my schedule, which gives me just a tad bit of anxiety, because when I was working a regular 9 to 5, when I was in corporate America, I didn't want to do anything after I got off of work. I only wanted to come home, make sure the kids were good, make sure they did their homework, make sure they had something to eat, and I really didn't feel like doing anything afterwards. I wanted to do everything on Saturday and Sunday, because those were the days that I was off. And I always made sure, for the most part, I had a job where I was off on Saturday and Sunday, because I wanted to be able to not worry about who was going to be with my kids, or if they had to be alone or something like that. So I always made sure that the majority of my jobs that I've always had, and I've always pretty much worked in the office, so we were always closed over the weekend. So that worked perfectly for me. But I never wanted to do anything after I got off of work. I would rather do it on the weekend. And let me turn my phone off, because I know you guys can hear that. But so yeah, it's not on Do Not Disturb now, because of course these are my business hours. But as I was saying, so I I didn't want to do anything in the evenings. I wanted to do everything on the weekends. So I still want to accommodate those people that have those regular 9 to 5 jobs that where they're getting off in the evening and they're just ready to go home. So I think what I'm going to do with my schedule, so I won't have to work every Saturday. I will be working 2 Saturdays out of the month or 3 Saturdays out of the month. I haven't quite figured it out yet. But of course, when I do, this has to change somewhat. And I don't know how, exactly how I'm going to do this, because as you can see, I can't put on here, okay, this Saturday I am working, this Saturday I'm not working. So it's going to take me also putting it in probably my calendar on my phone, because I actually have a Google Calendar on my phone, and let me see if I can find it. I have so many apps on my phone. I actually organize my apps by folder, and it makes it a lot easier to find things using the search feature. And for some reason, I can't even find it. I don't know, wherever my calendar is, but I do have like the basic iPhone calendar. And my basic iPhone calendar, I have like many calendars within my, let's see, what would be this? It's such a glare. I have like many calendars within my calendar. And as you can see, it's like I have stuff lined up for today and for tomorrow and so on. But I have to also put it in here because this is the one thing that I know I will have with me at all times. So if this paper, if doing a time blocking sheet, and the reason that it's good to do a piece of paper is because you can actually print this every day. This is for the week, but you can actually print out your calendar every day. That's a piece of advice that I've gotten over time too. You can print out what you have to do for the day, and then that'll help time block a little bit easier, because I know what I'm supposed to do for the week, but every day could start out different. Every day can end different. So at least if I have some type of guideline to go by, then I know I can stay on track, hence why it's in my phone. I probably have, in addition to the regular iPhone calendar, I know I have an iCal, I know I have a Google Calendar. It's somewhere in here. Like I said, I have many, many, many apps on my phone, but they're all in folders. So there's like pages, like I try to keep everything within 2 pages. So as you can see, this is page 1, of my phone, the screen of my phone, and then 2, and it doesn't go past here because all of these little individual folders have a ton of apps inside, and it just helps me stay a little bit more organized. I actually get to name the folder whatever. If you're familiar with an iPhone, you get to name the folder whatever you want to name it. I have one for work, one for shopping, one for social media, one for travel, one for photo and video, health and fitness. So the list can go on and on and on. So I'm going to wrap this up because I somewhat time blocked this morning, a little bit. I did make breakfast. I have some really awesome cinnamon protein pancakes. I think it's by Kodiak. It's called Power Cakes. It's a mix, so it's a mix, but they are so good. They have like oats in them and all different type of protein stuff and whatever else, cinnamon, whatever else they put in there. So I'm going to have that, some turkey sausage. I do not eat pork. Many of you may know that. So I don't eat pork. So I have that turkey sausage, and I'm going to scramble an egg and throw some Velveeta cheese in there. And that'll be my breakfast for this morning, and some water. So I will wrap things up. Thank you for joining me for our segment of Let's Talk Sense. Today's topic was time blocking. So I really hope that you guys consider time blocking your schedule. Like I said, especially if you have family, or whoever you like to spend time with, because it will make a world of difference. It'll, organize your life and give you time to even make personal time for yourself, which personal time is so important, because if you don't make personal time for yourself, your whole little brain can be in a disarray and you not have one clue why. So enjoy your morning. And as always, thank you for your support. And I will see you next week at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.